Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining our webinar this afternoon. We'll just wait maybe a minute or so to see if anyone else is going to be joining. All right, so it looks like everyone's here, so I'll go ahead and start. Thanks, everyone, for joining today. Today, my name's Joseph Hammett. I'm head of sales at HR Cloud, and I'm thrilled to be talking to y'all today and talking about something that's absolutely essential for companies, and that's employee recognition. And specifically, I want to go over how our platform Workmates by HR Cloud makes it easier, more impactful, and more human, this idea of recognition. So I'm just having some issue with my thing here. I apologize for that. All right, so as I mentioned, my name's Joseph, and I'm the head of sales at HR Cloud. And I've been with HR Cloud since 2016. What we really focus on here is helping our clients automate HR processes and enhancing the employee engagement, really ultimately to allow their businesses to scale with confidence and success. So today's focus is going to be why recognition is so critical right now, the impact it has, the challenges HR teams face, and how Workmates makes recognition simple with practical solutions. And then we'll wrap up at the end with a live demo so you can see exactly how we helped us out. But before we get there and dive into the product, let's take a moment to discuss why recognition matters now more than ever. Employee recognition is about so much more than just a quick thank you. It's about acknowledging contributions in a real time, in public, and in a way that truly makes people feel valued. Whether it's a formal award or an informal shout out, the key here is consistency, visibility, and timing. When recognition is done right, it does more than make people feel good. It actually boosts morale, strengthens company culture, and improves employee retention. So here's what the data really tells us. Employees who feel recognized are 4 times more likely to be more engaged, and that's from Gallup. Companies with strong recognition programs experience up to a 31% lower turnover rate, really allowing them to strengthen their organization, have more productive employees, more long-term employees, and ultimately cutting down the cost of employment. And here's the kicker. Employees today aren't just looking for a paycheck. They're seeking purpose and belonging. Recognition is one of the most powerful and affordable ways to deliver that. But, and this is really the important part, it's hard to be easy, timely, and integrated into the way people work in today's changing environment. So this is what we hear from our HR teams. They talk about how we want to encourage employees more, but it often gets lost in long email chains due to breakdowns in communications. Managers forget, or they don't have the tools to make recognition a part of their daily routine. So they're missing those reminders. It's falling through the cracks. People are left unrecognized. We've tried gift cards or shout outs, but they don't scale and often lack consistency, especially in a large organization with lots of managers that might be doing different things. So the big insight here is most recognition efforts fail because they're inconsistent, fragmented, and not centralized. HR leaders need tools that they can integrate into their everyday workflows. And that's where Workmates really comes in. That's exactly why we built Workmates. This is a platform that makes recognition part of your company's everyday culture, not just an afterthought. So what is Workmates? Well, it's a modern experience platform that combines recognition, communication, and connection in one place. Think of it as your company's digital heartbeat, a place where people can give kudos, recognition, celebrate wins with their team, access important updates, and feel connected, whether they're in the office, remote, or on the front line. The key features to look out for in the demo that I'm going to hop in just a few minutes are really the peer-to-peer kudos with points tied to companies' core values. Real-time feeds where recognition is visible, contagious, and available across all applications and all workspaces. Manager dashboards that allow you to track trends, participation, and engagement. And to make it your own, custom badges, leaderboards, and rewards to gamify recognition and make it reflect your company's values. And the best part, Workmates is a mobile-friendly. It integrates with tools you might be using already, ADP, Slack, other payroll systems, Teams, Google Hangouts, whatever tools you might be using already. This isn't a replacement, but rather an enhancement. And it can be rolled out in just a few days, not months. So it's easy, it's quick, and it gets results fast. So now let's see Workmates in action. I'll walk you through a live instance of Workmates and show you just how easy and simple it is to give shout outs, track engagements, and bring employee culture to life online and across all devices. Sorry about that. To just get logged in here. All right, so this is Workmates. This is a central platform. It's going to allow you to connect all of your employees in one place across all applications. If anybody has their mics not muted, please mute it just to get rid of any feedback we might be experiencing. Thank you. And it's going to be available across all applications or all devices, mobile apps. So for your deskless workers, they're going to be in the same place, in the same company intranet as your desk workers in the office. And really the central place that recognition is going to be happening is what we call the kudos feed. So this is a place where people can see who's recently got recognition. So here, for example, I can go in and congratulate Vera and Bonnie and Avery on recent congratulations. I can see a leaderboard of who's been recognized the most this month all time on my team, as well as across the entire global workforce. But this is also a place that I can go in and give my employees, my coworkers, my direct reports recognition. And this could be all branded to your organization. So you could have, custom badge backgrounds. You can have your own custom badges. So most of our customers here are creating their own based off of their company values. So let's say creativity as an example. And I can then say, I want to recognize Alicia, for example, or maybe a few other team members, and then write a nice message. Or for more branded organizations, you can have a fixed message that's always attached to each and every type of recognition that's given. So I could say, we will make it easy here and just say, great job. And then I can attach points as well. So if I want to take this one step further and start, you know, gifting her points through recognition, I can do that as well. It's going to make sure that I have a budget, that I have the permissions to do so. I do here. And this could also be subject to any approval processes that you guys might have in your internal workforce. So once I post this, it would show up on the feed. People can congratulate, like it. People are going to be sent notifications, push notifications, maybe even text message or email notifications as well. And then she's most importantly recognized. She feels good about herself, but there's a tangible benefit to this. So she's collecting points in her wallet that she can go in and redeem for, custom rewards that you might have. Um, Company swag is often used here. You can select from a marketplace of gift cards, even global gift cards for any global workforces that might be on this call today as well. The system will manage the redemption of these gift cards. They'll be able to be either sent a electronic gift card or physical gift card, depending on what they choose to do. And you guys, again, have complete control over the budgeting, the cost, the amount of points given on a monthly, annual, quarterly basis, and then ultimately what type of rewards you have as well. And that's all covered here in the system settings. So if I go to the kudos recognition settings, this is where I can create my own company badges. We help you with this during implementation, but this is a place where you can make the system your own with your backgrounds, your rewards as well. As I'd mentioned, gift cards is a really common one, or your own custom rewards. And that doesn't always have to be a physical thing. It can oftentimes be like an extra day off, a catered lunch on a Friday for a team. And you can also set up automated rewards so people can be automatically recognized and rewarded on their birthday, on work anniversaries. So you could set that all up in here as well. And then lastly, just rounding out the recognition aspect of the Workmates platform, you do have analytic reports here. So if I go to the kudos reports, this is going to allow me, I'm just going to make this out to a bit more time. I can see, who's been giving the most points. So Bonnie, Ibera, they seem to be the people that are actively out there recognizing their coworkers. I can also see who's receiving the most kudos. Again, it's Bonnie, Avery, Corey, and I can export these reports as well. And then to kind of see what's important to my employees, I can see which, types of kudos are being given most often. What is really resonating with my organization? So this is Workmates, and we actually have a specific version of Workmates that we call Workmates Recognition that's just focused on these aspects that we've discussed so far. But Workmates is part of a larger ecosystem of employee engagement. So this includes things like company intranet, communication feeds, resource library with, content that you can easily publish, like a Wikipedia resource library for your organization. So if you have the full version of Workmates, this is not just a place for recognition, but also a place to, garner feedback through polls and surveys, announce company events and updates, either through newsletters or urgent situations where you need them to sign off and acknowledge that they've seen things, create company events, announce new hires, announce promotions. That could be tied back to those promotions, but this is an announcement to congratulate them and just make a general awareness across the organization, especially for organizations that might have more of a dispersed workforce in multiple locations, multiple geographical regions, or a high volume of remote and deskless workers. So this can all be done at the company level, but also at the business unit level. We call these channels. So I can create channels for really any purpose. These can be channels that are specific to, a certain manager, a certain team, a certain position title, where they're auto-enrolled through your HRIS or your payroll system. I can create open channels that people can join for, specific interest groups. So we have companies that have, various types of channels, some that are, specific, exclusively productivity and business related, others that are more for fun. So fantasy football channels or other general interests that people might have. So in these cases, you have the same type of communication that we talked about, including recognition, but it's on a more localized level. So in this case, I'm engaging with just my other group members here in this healthcare channel. And then the last bit of Workmates is the company intranet. And really, this comes down to a central place to store the most vital and important information for your organization. So the most common one here is going to be announcements. So these are important updates that you want your organization to know about. So beyond just sending an email that might get buried or a text message that was never received, this is a place where those important announcements are saved. So if I was looking for example, updates on benefits, and I'm not trying to find it in an email or text thread or a Slack message, it's right here, it's saved in a central place, and I can review it in a couple of clicks. You also can push these out as text messages to ensure, especially in urgent scenarios, that this information, vital information, is read, as well as to have them acknowledge or even sign off that they've received this important information. And this is part of just the bigger resource library of all the different types of content that you might want to share across your organization. You can create this in categories that have permission-based, so specific things for specific business units. Here you can have pictures, videos, slide decks, operation manuals, really anything that your organization needs at their fingertips on a daily basis. And to conclude, this is what Workmates is. It's not just a recognition platform. It is a platform that touches all the aspects of the employee engagement lifecycle. So feedback through surveys and polls, communication through company announcements, posts, engagement feeds, and then that central part of recognition, kudos, rewards, points, recognition, and leaderboards, all in one app that can be used on any device anywhere in the world. And then to conclude, I just want to thank everyone for joining today. If you'd like a more personalized walkthrough or have any questions about how you can bring Workmates and ultimately drive recognition and engagement in your organization, we'd be more than happy to help. Just reach out. We'd love to continue the conversation. Take care and talk soon. Thanks, everyone.